The demon Jay-Z, man. We about to discuss the dark side of Jay-Z, man. I ain't even know bro was, you know what I'm saying? But I've been hearing some stuff about him.
So let me start off by saying this. I do not have beef with this man or his wife. They have always treated me with respect and hospitality. He even supported me when no other brands at the time of my professional career would touch me. I have no regrets with my involvement with Rockaware, Team Rock, and the relationships I've formed. But those things had to die off because I choose a different path. He chose the darkness and Satan. I chose light and Yahuwah. So let's get into this.
He basically chose the money and you chose morals, gang. Because I ain't gonna lie, bro. Money is a lot of people downfall, bro. Money worship, they don't get talked about enough, bro.
This interview, which I thought was hilarious. Right off bat, they told you exactly who he is. People are trying to break down why he had this Congolese mask and how it meant for the struggle or how it meant for the culture. They don't care about who they are as far as their identity. They're never going to tell you who they truly are or who we truly are.
That's crazy.
But they know, and they chose a side to be subjugated. He got his hands in the pyramid here. He got his hands in the pyramid here for the photo shoot. His thumbs in the pyramid here for the photo shoot. And of course, you see the Eye of Horus or the Eye of Ra, which is the one-eye symbolism that is all connected to Freemasonry or Prince Hall Freemasonry. As you can see here, it's all esoteric knowledge. They go from black and then they go from white in one 35-minute video. The interviews wearing a black hat with a white background. Then he wears a white hat and a black background, just like the floor in York Rite, Scottish Rite, and Prince Hall Freemason lodges is the checkerboard flag. So the very first part of the interview, he wanted to jump in and what happened to him as being accused of raping a young woman. He didn't really go into it because the interviewer was selected for a particular reason and he wasn't going to give him any hard questions where he couldn't handle it. But all you have to see is what he's been propagating throughout his career. I mean, no one is out here really wearing "do what thou wilt," which is a quote by Aleister Crowley. If you know anything about Aleister Crowley, he was a high-level Freemason who believes in sex magic. He meant
sex
drugging.
Magic? Oh yeah, this nigga, bro. What type of shit this nigga Jay-Z into, gang? Bro, the white power structure then mentally manipulated the hell out this guy. Because he was, like I said, he was in love with the money. So he was willing to do whatever for the money. And, bro, money leads into a lot of dangerous lanes if y'all never noticed, you know what I'm saying? But, gang, what the hell do bro got going on, gang?
Young children so they could achieve spiritual enlightenment. In theory and practice, in the Book of Magic, he even admits that in order to achieve this higher level of spirituality, that you go after a young white male or a young male child.
Yeah, so I wanted you to talk a little bit about this idea of like you said earlier, like the things that you do for the culture, the ways that you put on, the ways that you try to protect and move forward, but kind of the pushback that you get sometimes about
like he letting it be known, like, damn. That's crazy.
With the capitalists at you in a derogatory sense.
Yeah, I think in that verse specifically, the only thing I heard coming up was the American dream until we started being successful. And it was like, wait a minute, you're selling out because you're making money. That was the first thing that was put on musicians. Like, no, I make art first. And then I make sure that I'm compensated for my art. I didn't take advantage. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people. I ain't taking no one. That's not my reputation. That's not what I do. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people or taking advantage of, the loopholes in the system or some wrinkle in a capitalist structure.
This is where it gets a little iffy,
bro. And
this is why I don't think there are true Prince Hall billionaires. He signed a 10-year, $150 million, 360 deal to Live Nation in 2008. Then came back 2017 to sign another 10-year deal, a 360 deal with $200 million. These are the architects of this so-called 360 deal. It is structured, often leads to financial exploitation. So if he's a billionaire, then these men got to be trillionaires, because there's no way they would give that much freedom to any black artist to control.
Bro. This is literally the white power structure, gang. You know, brother, you gotta understand, bro. When blacks evolve in this so-called American dream, they become the A-list celeb. You gotta understand the power we hold as a people, and just in general, just status, money. Y'all gotta understand the influence that hold, because so many people want to be in that position. So the white power structure know that. So why would they give a black person any of that power? That's why you gotta understand, all our billionaires, all our so-called black billionaires, they can't speak out on issues that go on in the black community because they controlled. You feel me? And by they being controlled due to their money worship, they can't come out and speak out and like go against the white power structure, because they signed under the white power structure. They can't say much, you know what I'm saying? They can't say nothing. Gotta be quiet.
Their entertainment, control their license, control who they are, control the money they make from touring, without any of these guys having their hands in it. The top guy is Hanson, is a manager of former rock bands. Everybody knows Leo Cohen, and these two Tennessee lawyers are the ones that put together the 360 deal. You think when they put this deal together, it was to give artists rights and control over their artwork? No, it's literally financial slavery. They need you Negroes to believe that they are billionaires, so you keep going into this industry and then getting exposed, and then knowing that you have to open up your rectum or your prostate in order to elevate into getting a billionaire status. They don't tell you the other side of these deals.
Exactly. You get as many degrees as you want, but it's just like trying to get all degrees you want, but you still got a ceiling. He can't go but so high, because the people that he worshiping, that he kissing their ass and letting them fill him up and shit, they don't know shit. He's involved, but he's involved with this shit, man.
So the reason why they pick drug dealers is
they would never be able to take you serious ever the minute you allow them to do that. But he was already too deep in. He couldn't even deny damn near, like, bro, life was on the line on some shit. But it's like, bro, it comes with having money worship, bro. Money worship is the root of all evil, gang.
you can sell poison to your own people and destroy them. It ain't nothing for you to do it and say it over a beat. So basically used him. He was literally the least percentage of owning the Brooklyn Nets. But the reason why they put him up here with the owner, because they needed him to be an image to get people out of their housing. So you glossed over the fact that, oh, this is a black man in the corporate white world, really being an image and a representation of us, that you can make it out of the hood and you can clean up your past and you could be right up there with the big dogs. No, they were kicking people out of their homes in Brooklyn. Anybody who's attached to Masonry, it's the cult of Baal. They believe in sex worship and human sacrificing. So he quit rap or retired from rap a little short under 2005. His nephew, which he was close with, he was the one that was sacrificed. Then he came out of retirement,
bro,
October 27th. And then he came out with Kingdom Come, and Khalik is featured on Lost Ones. He thought that he could live his art outside of control. And that's why they funneled him back in to Masonry.
When you say they, like, who is that?
Whatever the threat to, however the system is set up to keep things at status quo, and keep us in a position of using words like allow. So anyone that's culpable in creating the system that we operate under, that's they.
Yeah.
That's they.
Everybody know who they is.
We definitely
they can't do anything without allowance.
Exactly. That means literally, brother. Oh my gosh, you cooked. Like, bro, you gotta allow them. They can't just come here. You know what I'm saying? You gotta allow these things to happen. This is why Jay-Z is in the position he's in.
Your Christ Scottish Rite allow them to put out a certain image. Jewish mysticism or the Talmud allows them to get away with certain rituals and rites because that's their form of passage to elevate themselves through degrees. It has to involve children. It has to involve sexuality. It has to involve blood sacrificing.
You said something just now, though, about you pushing independence, right? Kind of like in the spirit of Prince. When you embody that, do you feel like you are kind of setting a mold or leading a charge for like what the successful black man is allowed to do, and like breaking these spaces, breaking these confines?
Yeah, I even want you to take that out of your vocabulary.
Take what?
Allowed. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not allowed to do anything. You know, in order for someone to allow you, they have to have authority over you.
Can't go but so high because the people that he worshiping, that he kissing their ass and letting them feel him up and shit, they don't know shit.
At the end of the day, they're slipped in there to be gatekeepers for the black community. That is all. Regardless if he says that there's a problem with the alt-right or people going to Republican, he seems to forget that Trump pardoned a snitch that is on his team. So they flip-flop back and forth, and they don't think you guys can readily identify when they're lying or not because y'all so mesmerized by the artwork, which is why they put everything as visuals and music in front of you Negroes' faces, because you can't readily discern if it's masonry, Luciferianism, Satanism, or if it's righteous.
Facts, bro. A lot of us just don't have discernment, bro. That's why I'm happy that I grew my discernment, bro, over these past couple years, gang, cause bruh, you gotta pay attention to everything, question everything, bruh, because life is a joke.
Because you had never seen any image of righteousness on the television, you are fooled by whatever image they give you.
WV, man. Shout out to Larry Johnson though, bruh. He broke that down perfectly, but people wake up, bruh. That's what I'm gonna leave y'all with. Wake up, bruh. Stop worshiping these celebs, bruh. Understand it's bigger than just fame and status and money, bruh. Understand it's always deeper than what you think, bruh. But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. FSD out, bruh.